Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Gamestah TV. This is Byza with a bit of commentary action coming you live from the big old man cave I've got here. And it's only just me tonight as we have Jam Gaming and Alternate taking on in the Sound Blaster Pro Gaming League. And good old Alternate have tagged themselves as ESC. So we've got to love that when that happens. And we've just witnessed Jam Gaming taking the knife round out. Look, guys, I'm going to have to apologise straight up. I'm the only one with you tonight. So if you find I'm falling over myself, I do apologise for that, as I've had a big 24 hours and I've just got a lease from my current wife. I just got married yesterday. So it'll be a bit exciting for me as the boys set themselves up. So Jam Gaming on the ladder at the moment. They're 5-1, 5 wins, 1 loss. They're 13th position. Very well. That's really good for them. They need to secure a win tonight just to push themselves up a little bit. Now, I'm not 100% sure on the EOL the ratings, but I do believe that they usually jump about half their rank. So they've got a chance of heading up into the top 10, which is really good for them if they can secure a really good match, as we do have a match pause at the moment. Alternate, they're 27th at the moment, and they're doing all right. They've just recently sort of come into this. They're 2-0. They need to get a couple more matches under their belt. We might actually, while we're waiting for this, because it's not that pro coming over, I might just head out to my other screens and take us through the X-Blaster ratings. So we'll quickly jump on here, boys, and we can just go through the ladder as it is. So at the top at the moment, and we do actually have 2 weeks left to go before final start, and we have the 0 to 31 in the first elimination brackets, and then you got 31 to 65, I believe. I'll have to check that up. But that's the second elimination bracket. So a lot of the players get an opportunity as the match is going to go live. So at the top, Fnatic Array doing very well, 6-0. Rip, 6-1. Fire Up, GG, 7-2. You can see as I'm scrolling down, we're going to move right down to Jam Gaming, 5-1. So they're not too far off the top and how they work. And if I keep going all the way down, we'll find where the boys of... where are they? You know what, screw that. We shouldn't do that. So we know they're 27th, but we're back in game here and the opening round. So Jam Gaming on their teams tonight, we've got Midnight Funk, Hazza, William, Insanity, and Grey Goose. Some easy names for me to call tonight. As the boys sort of set up for an A push, the smoke is in there, and there's actually a fake in the B bomb site. So Haz is going to have a bit of work to do. William with the first on to Andre as they work into that B bomb site. I might head over to Hazza. He's the one who's got to see the Zest has dropped out. He's picked up 1. The bomb's going to go for a plane. He'll pick up the bomb. He'll get 2. And he's holding off for the 30. Reloads his pistol. This is an really good opening round for him. And there comes Jam Gaming with a rotate. There in his player. Absolutely came in and helped him. William has a carrying for them, Jam Gaming. I'll tell you what, Alternate should have had that round. They worked, let's just grab a map. They actually worked into that bomb site. It was open by Jam Gaming, then worked through here, and has applied that back line so well. You can see he's heading with Grey Goose and Midnight Funk. So there's going to be a bit of a hold, and there is going to be a full rush of a couple Tech 9s. So this might be interesting to see how they work it. Drache, we'll go through the T side Alternate. Their players tonight is Drace, Andre, I'm going to stuff up the names, Mikhail, Tyas, and Zest. They're now pushing out the start of the first, that's Hazard, so they've nailed the guy who owned the other round. They'll pick up his gun. Well, they haven't picked up his gun. I don't think he brought up. The second one will go down, and that's Midnight Funk. Zest picks him up. The bomb is planted. They're working the rotations, but they're getting caught out at the moment. They're coming up the short B, Insanity and Goose. Drace is spotting them out. That bomb is ticking. Why not just have a ping at them, you know? They will pick that up, and they got no further than that short section. And a quick round back to Alternate. Yeah, shout out to myself. I will stuff names up tonight, like I always do, but it's always a bit of fun, guys. It's always a bit of fun. So money-wise, the boys are looking all right. Both teams, well, the T sides, they're now buying an early buy, and the Jam Gaming very disciplined, pretty much flash nade and a nade. The counter will go out. Let's have a look how they're setting up for this round. It looks like a massive stack for the boys of Jan Gaming as they move up the midsection. Nothing really there to avail for them. Really got to earn the pistols, but all the terrorists have worked in. William at the moment was sitting with him. He's just spotted a couple free nades have gone into the connection, into the jungle section, but they're not going to pick anyone up there as the rotation's coming. Tyres goes 1, 2, 3. Andy's picks up the Hazza as the bomb goes down. Grey Goose will be just sitting at that connection point. One at the jungle, trying to frag out. Oh, look at that. Mikhail gets dinked massively down to 18 HP. Headshot lovely there. It wasn't too hard as he was also down. Midnight Funk, the last one left. I think he's going to consider saving this and not going anywhere at the moment. So as the boys from Alternate, shout out Chiefs ESC, like to pick up this round, I might just chuck myself over here and show you what the boys are playing for. The winner of this competition will be picking up these babies here, the Sound Blaster Pro. I've forgotten the name, but there's 3 levels of the headsets that come out, and this is the top line of it. So it's a really good prize. It's worth about up to $1,000 for the teammates. So 100, what are we, $200 each is a pretty good price for all the guys to win. So looking forward to that. Final start on the 13th of the 12th. So there's 2 more weeks until we hit that at the moment, as it's Monday night. So the boys, they're going to enjoy this as we head into round 4. And Mikhail picks the first one onto William. That, I believe, he's just worked that A there. So someone's just had a bit of Randy peek into Palace. There's 2 of them in Palace. Zest will pick up that middle push. And now leaving Hazard and Midnight Funk. Well, they are on pistol. They've done a double eco, which is interesting as well. So money-wise, they're looking a little bit short, but that's probably what they needed to do. As they work into the A bomb site, Hazard gets the Zest out in the middle. Let's go over to Funk. He's going to come into that connector. And it's Biohazard. He's just been spotted out as well. He'll get fragged by the Mikhail. And Hazard will get one onto the Andy. On day. I think it's on day. I'm going to go on day because I like to be a little bit French as we head back over to the camp. Sorry, boys, as Hazard is the last one left. Mikhail and Jerash, who's holding that bomb site. It is a potential clutch for Hazard, but with his AK, I don't think he's going to want to do anything. He's picked up a gun, so he's going to want to secure that. So the boys here for Alternate are actually taking the early advantage on this map. We are the Mirage, ladies and gentlemen. And there's another round for the terrorists there. Really good start by them. Absolutely really good start. I know I might just do some modeling changing right there. Bit sneaky of me. So Jam Gaming a little bit behind here, but they doubled ecoed out. So looking at the scoreboard, they're forcing right up with the cash. AWP with Midnight Funk. So might be the interesting one to see how he works that mid-con connector, and we've got 2 sitting there actually going to probably work it. So meanwhile, as who we got, Mikhail and working on the underneath, so he might be a bit dangerous if he actually holds that spot. He knows Tyus is coming out from the underground, a bit of an AK, and there's one pushing in the short section, so let's just roll around. I don't think Midnight Funk's going to actually get a frag here. We'll head over to Grey Goose, and he's just having a look at the vent, playing the shot. Very smart. Now he's actually got Tyus to look up at the back, and the Undies has worked around. Grey Goose is sitting back. He'll frag them out as they work into the B bomb site. They're all hanging out on it, and Insanity, the rotates coming from the CTs are very quickly already. Hazard picks up frag onto the Juice. Second onto the ends. As Zest picks the return up, bomb will go down, counter flashes are out. This is actually a pretty strong, well, I would say it was a pretty strong push in from Jam Gaming, but they're sort of slowly working it. Be smart if they play their picks right. Zest pops a headshot, lovely Insanity as he brings down his teammate. This is tight. Midnight Funk has to try and do something. He's dropped his AWP, so it's so risky to lose that right now. It's 2 to frag. Williams nowhere to be seen. The bomb needs to be jumped on. Williams spots 1. He picks up 1. It's now 1-on-1. Zest will pick that up for his team of Alternate, and this is a really good start by them, picking up the first early rounds, the anti-eco and the clutch potential. Jam Gaming struggling quite a bit with the retake there, and that was pretty much William that was just a little bit slow there, and he should at least worked with his teammate and come in a little bit. So early rounds, early game, Alternate are in control, but it'll be interesting to see what Jam Gaming do. They are all on an anti-eco pistol. They're going to buy up a little bit. Hazard will pick out Zest for the second time in that mid-con, so he's doing very well as Insanity sits into the B ramp section. They're actually pushing Palace. One goes down, now leaving Mikhail to try and actually push out by himself. So this is a really good round by Jam Gaming. Oh, double nade! Hallelujah. He picks up that with an AK as well. What looked like a hairy situation for Mikhail. He's just turned it up a little bit for him, and he's actually got a little, well, I would say, a favour. He's with the AK. Hazza, however, is the one you've got to be worried about, but he's all the way at B. So the boys are going to split. Mikhail, all we need to do is pick up Grey Goose, and he's on with this, but you know, he might not peak. 50 seconds left on the scoreboard. Sound Blaster action here live, courtesy of Byza, and Byza only. How long could I talk for by myself without having any silence? Well, I don't know. I don't have any Twitch chat, so I've got no interaction, so I'm just sitting here by myself. There is the pick from Mikhail, picking on Grey Goose, and he's actually going to, really interesting. I thought he was going to rotate. There was time for the rotation, but you know, probably a bomb is better to go down to the plant. So Hazza, he is watching for that rotation, sitting in the jungle. This is going to be a close one-on-one. It all depends on how Mikhail plays it. Will he head back to spawn, or will he hold himself at the box? So he's going to go back to spawn and try and cover that point, leaving Hazza in entry place. This is not bad because it's an exposed plant, and Hazza's going to have to smoke and try and work the side. He fakes out as Mikhail thought he was on it, and that is a good fake. 10 seconds, no kit, no clue, but he'll actually have plenty of time to get that because Mikhail took a little while to plant that down, so plenty of time as Hazard was in the right position. So Jam Gaming, that's what they needed. They've actually stemmed the 4 rounds in a row from the boys of Alternate and got a little bit of cash back in the piggy bank. The AWP with Midnight Funk once again, and some AKs and M4s in action. Midnight Funk, AWP, will he get an opening pick? There is no one working that con, as looks like the T side might be setting up for an A push. The smokes are all set. It's surprising Jam Gaming do not move. So the boys here are working T side straight into the bomb site. All the counter flashes are there from Jam Gaming. They pick up the 2 entries, but Mikhail will pick up William. Insanity just hiding around the corner. Mikhail will also frag him and take him out as they work into the bomb site. Grey Goose is right there. He spots one. He can't get the second. Tyus returns, and the rotation's coming from Jam Gaming right around spawn. It's actually a 2-on-2, so this is quite interesting. Frag for frag, a couple Molotovs in certain areas are set. Sort of leaving the boys, the T side, at bay, and if anything, they probably should rotate. Zest is going to stay there and cause a bit of noise, and Hazard's going to go as well. So this is really interesting. You had a situation with 50 seconds ticking on the clock. Hazard has to go back into that mid-con and play it as, oh, massive. I'm so sorry, guys. I've actually missed that AWP shot, but he snapped the hell out of the player. I've already lost that. Tyus is the last one left. Hazard's not in the B bomb site. He's actually rotating around now. So Tyus is going to plant as Hazard works his way in through that light. I would say the kitchen room door. I'm going to call it the obvious. I'm not too pro with these names. He'll pop around the corner. Tyus will pick the TS will pick up the first frag onto Hazard. So it's the 1-on-1. And the second, well, he actually takes out the AWP and will pick up the AWP for his teammates, which will be interesting because we're not seeing an AWP by Alternate. And as I flick onto the player, it will be really interesting to see who picks and does what. And the boys for Jam Gaming, this is a struggle on their behalf. I actually do believe that they should have the upper advantage. They've got 13 spots, Alternate at 27th, and you know, it shouldn't be at the start like this. It's sort of more a sort of CT side. It shouldn't be T side. As we watch the CT roll out, they're actually working quite aggressively. Midnight Funk holding that connector, which is going to be interesting. Hold Hazard's right up. So I do believe the boys at Alternate are expecting an eco. So they're going to actually wait for it, and I might just sit around on the Alternate camps. Hazard is probably going to be the one close to all the action. Slowly we can't spawn. The Undies will be looking at him, and he'll be fragged down. Hazard very sharp once again with his pistol. Here comes the T's working into the A bomb site. There's a free stack there from the CTs. Insanity in the same spot, trapping one of the players. He'll pick up the AK. Drace will get the one onto Midnight Funk. Still, Gregory's sitting there and Drace behind Hazard. They're actually a pincer maneuver right here. Both have, well, Gregory doesn't have a gun, Hazard does, and that's the frag Drace needed to actually pick. So he's going to work around to the B bomb site. Gregory is going to have to make a decision. 2 HP, and the man of the Drace, he's got 28 seconds, so I don't believe he can walk to the A bomb site. Gregory probably also backs himself to think that he's probably not going to go to the B, and if he's going to go to the B, he'll do the full rotate. So he's got a hold there at the moment. Drace sort of has to go, so Gregoris is going to hear him come out. So this is going to be an opportunity. There it is. So he left it too long. I called that as how it would come down. He probably needed to move a lot quicker into the palace, then walk, and then it would have been maybe a jam gaming rotate, but you never know. If he actually headed to the B bomb site, Gregoris would have been doing a full rotate, and then would have been a different sort of clutch situation. Being on 2 HP, I actually don't think he would have gone for the clutch. Who knows? I really am talking to myself. As we see a Tech 9 set up for the boys of the alternate. So they're the ones stuck for money at the moment. Jam Gaming and are setting up with the AWP Midnight Funk. Well, he's the AWP we should be watching, but he's not going to be going anywhere soon. Gregoris is just picking up that short section as I move around my cameras. They're actually flashed out, so they're going to sit back. They're actually working that B section. Out comes Drace for the boys CT. I want Midnight Funk to actually have a look. He will miss the shot as the smoke heads into his connection, and he will Molotov out the actual push. So let's head around to those boys as they work sort of up the mid connector. Williams actually rotating. This is really interesting. Tyus is sitting there when he really should be working with his teammates as they work in the bomb site. The bomb is getting planted. Midnight Funk for just sitting in the kitchen room. William coming around short. Here comes the frags from the boys of Jam Gaming. 1-2. Williams shorts it out. Zest will get the return. Midnight Funk onto the return of Zest. That will be the round down. Jam Gaming, it's what they needed, but they let the boys in. Quite interesting play by alternate. It was anti-eco, so they brought all their Tech 9s. So a really interesting play to actually get the bomb down. So that will hold them instead with their cash flow. As we have a look on the scoreboard, has a big shout out to him. He's actually reaching his 10 kills for the mid game. Well, not even mid game yet. We're early game at the moment. So let's have a look quickly. Nope, they're all going to decide to come out. Insanity is going to flash. He's going to be out on the open for the rotates. One in the pallets gets taken out. I want to try and get back to the action. There's actually Drash left for the boys, and I'm so sorry guys, I could not get, they just went all out. I think the rotation coming from Midnight, just nailing a couple of AWP shots. So a very lovely play there from Jam Gaming. That is momentum that I wasn't calling early. So you know, we had the early start to the Chiefs. They picked up the last 2 anti-ecos plus 2 gun rounds, and since then it's all been about Jam Gaming, and they bring this back 5-5 on the Sound Blaster Pro Gaming scoreboard. It is an interesting game. It's tight as it is. Here comes the T's with a rollout into the B bomb site through the carpet section with the Tech 9s. Gregoris will pick the first frag. He's been looked at in the short section, and he'll try and pistol out. He's got one. He gets nailed out by the Zest. Jam Gaming and Insanity. He'll pop around, get a frag, and he'll also go down. So frag with frag. That's the last one left. He'll turn around the corner. Midnight Funk there with the pistol. He's not back in his AWP skills at the moment, so he's just holding back. I'm actually waiting for him to get a pick in the middle. The boys at Alternate Gaming definitely know not to push it, but it'll be really interesting to see where they go. Alright, we're mid-game, boys. Jam Gaming up by 6 and 5. I might just do a little bit of website promoting. So I'll jump onto here. Guys, this is our new website's up and all the content at the moment. And you can see things like Rocket League. We've got the PAX interviews. A lot of CS stuff I've been putting up in the last couple of months. EJ's top 5 players of Rocket League. But the most important thing is you need to jump on request for a broadcast. This is where you get all your content. You jump onto this and put all your requests in here. That's where you need to come if you want any games to be covered by us. We're not going to do the CG system because it's too messy. This is the way we want to do it. So jump onto the website. You can play around, have a look at the casters and who does what tournaments. This is all new, but it's definitely worthwhile. Instead of jumping onto YouTube and getting lost in all the content on there, here's a good way. It links you up. It plays it all out. You can see who's doing it, and you can also look up the casters and send us messages and whatnot. So jump on, sign up, and really enjoy. We'll head back into game, and it looks like Jam Gaming picked up another one. So they are absolutely dominating at the moment. 5 in a row. AK is fully brought up for the boys of Alternate, and what are they going to do? You know, there's the way they're working the splits. I don't think they've done much of A, but to be honest with you, they really haven't stratted A very well. They have put smokes out, and I did have a full smoke flash strat to go, but the boys at Jam Game were all over it. They absolutely covered that section right there of the flashes and dominate. As we do see the boys from Alternate set up, well, they're going to push back with a minute going, so don't know. Honestly, don't know. The Molotov is set for the boys. This is where we got the dead space. Absolutely dead space. So, Jam Gaming, very strong. Midnight Funk with AWP. Who's going to frag first? I don't know. They're going to go push in right now. So the boys here, I might just head to my C cam and see who frags first. William won't pick it up as the Ans gets him down, pushing Tyus through the connector, picks up one, catches off guard. Midnight Funk AWPing the wrong person, will get caught out, so big frags coming from the boys of Alternate. This is what they needed to do to answer as the bomb is planted. Gregorus goes down. The last one left in Hazza with the AK, and I think he was sitting in jungle, but he's just been told to rotate and jump back out. He's sitting in that AWP pit tunnel. Tyus will pick up the third for the round, and very lovely play by him. He actually set that up, working in that connector. They left it right open. Fragged one on the stairs, fragged another in the jungle section, which is the AWP, which you now can see Midnight Funk buying an M4 for his troubles. And what I can see right now is a bit of miscommunication, because have a look at that money. No money, and I can see M4 Clarion, pistol by Hazza, and an M4 from Funk. So this is actually I would say a desperate thing from the boys of Jam Gaming. They don't want to show the vulnerability to Alternate. They do want to try and hope they're going to win out. So they're actually working to the B bomb site here, the Chiefs. So it's a very smart play. They've just caught Hazard out because he's got the pistol. He's wrapped around the corner, being taken out by Drash. Bomb will go down. Midnight Funk's actually in that smoke, and he's so close to fragging. He'll get one. He'll pop around the corner, try to get the second. It won't happen. He gets taken out. Sandy working in short section. He's flashed, but gets the frag. Williams also there. Just cornered. So 2 on 2. Frag comes from Insanity. Tyus goes down. Second, William. Bang. There we go. A clutch round from Jam Gaming. So they risked the biscuit right there. Well, I don't even know what they're saying is this. You got to risk the biscuit. I won't even bother to try. You know, you can have a laugh at that. But Jam Gaming, that's what they needed, and they forced up, and they just clutched out, which was really interesting. So the boys at Alternate, they're not going to be worried about that. They are going to be tight on cash flow. Jam also a bit tight. Probably Williams the best financially, but he's at the moment sitting. It's very shared frags as the boys just do a split set out, so they're going to bait some time down. The buys here were pretty much all guns, all fragging guns for the Jam Gaming, so no AWP finds. To be honest with you, I actually think Midnight Funk probably should stay off the AWP for the rest of the match. He really hasn't picked up many frags. I would say it's probably his go-to. As the counter flashes and smokes work into the A bomb site, Mikhail will get actually picked out. Insanity's been playing that spot every single time, and they have him not picked up on it, as the Andy will pick him. Finally realising he's in the same spot, turn around. Hazel will pop up to the truck, pick up Tyus. It's actually a fake out to the B bomb site. Hazel will go down by the AWP of Drace, and that is some tight play from him. Here comes the rotations from the boys of Jam Gaming. Drace gets one. William returns. He's just sitting in-house. Has to try and play to smart out. Zest, the last one. He needs to play his angles tight and not go anywhere. Let's just jump on to the Zest can right now. He spots one. He picks out the William. He's been spotted in-house. He's not even sure where he is. There's the clutch from Midnight Funk. And that's what you need as we just go to play. And look at that. He's having a beautiful defuse there. Oh, No kit, no clue. Jeez, that's very lucky. The halves go out, so mid-game, that is Jam Gaming in the lead, 9-6, and that is a really good start. Well, I would say it's an odd start, considering the early rounds went to alternate. Jam Gaming caught napping, you know, but it's such a strong comeback from then and a half. They've got all the momentum. They dropped one out of the last, if I can count, 7 or 8 games. 8 rounds out of that, you know, and honestly, I would have to say, because Midnight Funk probably went to his M4, gave him a little bit more bullets to play with. You know, when you got more bullets and more frag power, that's probably a lot better for the team. So Jam Gaming is what they needed to do as they work B and go onto the unders. So this will be into an A bomb site strat. Haz is the first one working. He goes to work, and Insani will pick up the Drache. That's an easy walk into the bomb site, but the boys are sitting right back. One jungle, one in spawn, and one actually in palace, which I haven't picked up on now. Yes, they have, as Midnight Funk goes for a little bit of a frag out, and Zess will pick up to Hazza. Insanity onto the tire, still one in the palace, annoying, but this is pretty much a secure round. In comes the Andres. Mikhail still holding. He cannot pick up the headshot, so it's quite clever from the boys of Jam Gaming. They need to bait the bomb out. Now Mikhail will walk around, try to frag out. He's going to actually try and force a frag. He's down to 34 HP. Here comes the defuse out. Insanity gets one, picks up the second. That is a smart round by Jam Gaming. They take themselves to a momentum pushing round, and that's going to be very strong for them. Let's see how they buy up. I'm going to take a quick sip. And while we're on that, boys, we might go jump on, see more from us. So for all your content at the moment, you can head to the website, but a lot of it is actually on YouTube. So we're actually Gamestah Media. Look that up on YouTube. That is where you can see a lot of content that we have at the moment. Gamestah for all your news. For Facebook, that's pretty much how we go. And then Twitter, when we go live of our matches online, that's generally how we spam it out as we go back into the game. Some of the actions, this actually headed into the A bomb site, but they're working to there right now. Midnight Funk is the one we want to sit with. The AWP, William and Goose, for their teams of Jam Gaming, have picked up the frags in the mid-com. The Andy's last one left for the boys. They actually left the mid-con open, so they've gone fragging down. He'll come around the corner, and Sandy will be waiting for him, and that would be another round down. Way too easy for Jam Gaming. They've actually done a stronghold that did not lose any personnel. Where do I view that? There we go. Oh, they lost one. So they lost one. So it's a really strong start by them. Last round they got 2 alive and then had the 4. It'll be really interesting to see what they got. They got semi-buy-ups. Gregris is the only one who's actually brought. They're all heading into the B bomb site. First one's William. He'll walk straight past the nade, and he will be spotted and nailed at the truck. Still Tyson's sight. He'll also get fragged up by Hazard, so they've pushed right in, and it's a successful cleared out site. Out goes the Molotov smokes, and Nick King is hunting for Jam Gaming, and this is quite, I would say they're spreading the jam right now with the Molotov work, and the boys for alternate are just on the back foot as they're working in the CT side in-house, and they're actually trapped in there. Jess is sitting up on the thing. Here comes a shank from Hazard. Did not even see that. I probably should have gone to that. Had no idea it was coming from the shank. He was caught out and could not even frag that. Holy mackerels. To add injury to insult, that is an absolutely dominating round. All of them survived, and there's a shank at the end. It's actually quite embarrassing for alternate right now. That's they started well. They've let Jam Gaming right back into it, and they've just given them this easy eco round. So they've got to buy up and they've got to dominate now. Midnight Funk with AWP. Let's see where he's sitting at. He's actually sitting in Palace, and Mikhail's going to be nowhere near pushing him. Gregorus is the person we want to be with. The action's sitting there as Insanity picks up Zest, clears out the con out of that middle section. William going to work down with him. The bomb's actually left back here, so they're actually working frags. It'll be really interesting to see how they want to go. Drace will get the one onto Hazard in the A bomb site. Midnight Funk gets caught out with the M4. Mikhail just playing that top section of the ramp. Very, very strong play. Gregory's now spotting at Mikhail. That was the call that was made. But he hasn't made anything about the T-connector as Drash is pushed back into there. Bomb rotating around and it'll be dropped. So there's a smart play. Well, I would say a very lucky play because they dropped the bomb so deep they had to go back for it and cause that rotate, which was highly devastating. So they're all going to go back now. Gregorus and William, Tyus and the Andy. The Andy. Dre. I don't even know how to say his name. He's going to kill me after this. Anyway, so Drace will pick Gregorus, William onto the Drash return. So there's William heading back to the A bomb site, and he's got 2 waiting for him. And it's not going to be a good play by him. He's going to work in, and there's the frag that will come out. So CTs, that's the round they needed. The first buy up there for the second half as we head still in this mid game. It still could go either way, but at the moment, Jam Gaming is sitting strong. There's a lot of money in their piggy bank. If they lose this one out and lose all their players, then they'll be forced into an eco round. Hence why we don't see an AWP raw and an all AK assault. And I would assume that there'll be split picking here. There'll be no pushing, as the boys from an alternate all have their 120 bullets set in their spray guns. So Tyus and all of them with the M4 non-silence. I believe there's a special name for it, but newbie me not knowing. No idea at the moment. So the cam's just flicking around. 1 minute and 20 seconds going. No opening frags as of yet. So the boys being really, really defensive. Just have a quick look at the rollout. It looks like they are now working into the bomb side of A. And sitting with William. He's going to be the entry fragger. He gets counter flashed out. And down pops the CT of Drace. And he sits around the corner. Bang goes one. Gregorus returns. Mikhail gets on the return. Midcon is sorted by the couple of the players. And Zest probably going to get caught out here in the CT ramp. He's playing a real tight spot. And he's will get taken out by the Insanity. And that is another round for Jam Gaming. Holy mackerels. Let's have a look at that scoreboard. It is some tight stuff. And Insanity is just carrying for his team at the moment. 20 frags to 12, 51. That's a massive KPO. So it was really good by him. Gregorus just sitting on the bottom there. But it's not too bad. He's double figures. This is the story today. These guys, they are sort of equal sharing. But it's not strong as we see an actual push coming from the T side. Let's, I don't know who's leading that front there. It looks like Midnight Front. He'll jump down. Andy's will go down. They'll clear out the shot. Once again, another effective B push. Straight in. They've actually exposed. The Tyus will come around. Mikhail will short. And Drace will just hold that. William will get one onto the Tyus. Taken down. Gregorus. Another one for Jam Gaming. I shouldn't mean to call that. There's the last one. Tech 9 action from Hazza. Jam Gaming get up to the secure points. 14-7 is a pretty good point about this at this point of time, as the boys from alternate, well, you know, the T side, they started well, but and I'll talk about this after when we finish. But you know, they needed to secure a couple more rounds, and then as a CT side, they need to be a lot stronger in the holds. They've been exposed 2 or 3 times at the B bomb site, as I'll just give you the overlook while I talk about it. They've been exposed quite a bit. And this is what Jam Gaming have realised. Leave over alone, smash the hell out of the B bomb site because they're not fragging well. As they do set up, let's just go over. They're going to, I think there's a timing going here. They might head on 1 minute. They will get a frag for a shot. Gregorus and Insanity working it, so they're actually in sight right now. And Undies will go down, so they've cleared outside once again. It was quite an alternative push. They actually held this part and pushed through there, which is smart play as we see the rotation coming. Zest sitting in the house, being smoked out. He'll get the one in the Midnight Funk, so he's got to play down. But there's a couple more to contend with. Gregorus is low HP, but he will pick up Mikhail and go down. 2 Clarions taking on 4 AKs. Here comes the frag from Drash. It's what they needed. Molotov set at the window, so Zest is going to find it hard to move. He jumps out straight into it. Goes down to 11 HP. He notices one at the truck. Won't get it. Drash will pick up Hazza. Here comes the clutch. Oh, there's a Molotov sitting right there. That could have been nasty. And he's actually jumped off it because it's way too close. And, whoa. I think the shout-out was going there. He did not have a kit. Drace did. And they just got that. That was so close because the Molotov sat on the bomb. Both of those players probably would have gone down to fire. And wouldn't have been able to defuse, and that would have been a secure round for Jam Gaming. So very, very close by them. I could see what Hazard was trying to do. Just a little bit, mate. You just couldn't get it. But strong play. It'll be interesting to see how they work this again. Bomb dropped at spawn, so this is going to be a split pick situation. Sanity working the underside. Midnight Funk just holding that B push in. Tice is actually going to be quite aggressive. Let's flip over to him. He's going to sit in that room, and the Insanity, oh, bang, up the middle, picks up Zest out of the AWP pit. He still hasn't spotted Insanity, but he'll get the mid pick of William, who tried to push around. So there's some clever play. Drash will get one to Grey Goose. Where are the boys? Who's going to frag what? The bomb is still there. It's probably best with the overview map, in my opinion, but Midnight Funk is going to head back around, so I believe they're going to go the bomb and sit in A. Hazard is the one that he's going to have to watch. He's sitting there at the moment. Mikal probably doesn't want to. We might be getting a pause here. I'm not sure. This might be a general timeout. No, everyone's still here. So the bomb is picked up, and they're working this A bomb site. Dracious is holding. He is not moving at the moment. It'll be interesting to see how he comes around. I might flick to him. Midnight Funk is just working that, and Hazard still quite. He's still. He's not moving. I think he's actually timed out, so there is a call there for him to move. Yep, there he goes. He's timed out, so Hazard dropped out. That is not good. And behalf of Jam Gaming, they're in a secure run here. Tyus will push in, and Drace coming out of the con will get that, and we'll have a pause, I believe. 14-9 on the not those gamers, just on the Sound Blasted scoreboard. This is Byza, your commentator for the night. Holy mackerels, that is an interesting way to go about your evening. As we'll chuck up that one. I'll take that one down. So there's my Twitter handle, guys. Byza1989. Follow that, and when we go live with content online, which we'll do more often with the boys coming back. We've got Neebs coming back into the CS scene, and Don Mega will be doing a few games here and there. So will be a lot of online casting. Tonight it's solo for me, and it's offline. But nevertheless, it's still really good to have that. So there's my Twitter handle. Let's just once again, I'll just jump onto the website. Request. If you want games and you want us to shoutcast, and especially what I'm doing tonight, just to to give you a bit of insight to how you guys play and why this is happening and whatnot, jump on, hit that red button on our website, request. All right, that's what you got to do. But also, there's all the content on here of everything we cover, and trust me, it's lots of fun. The way we go about it. So it's really easy. Gamestar Media for all your content on YouTube. Everything we do here, we upload to YouTube, and then we link it onto our website. So if you want to catch anything previously or archived, last couple of years, it's all on YouTube. Jump on there. That's what we want. There's a few more archive stuff that we've got throughout the years, probably since 2003. GameStar Radio is stuffing up people's names since 2003. I'll say that one, and I'll quite happily abide by it. Jump on our Facebook. There's all news and content. A lot of scene. We have chats about scenes and how they work, and we share stuff around. Like there was a classic example of Mike Starr talking about the CSGO scene and how it works and whatnot. Very interesting, very good insight to how that really goes. So, jump on there. There's plenty of stuff on the GameStar Facebook and the GameStar at Twitter. You'll catch all GameStar broadcasts coming through there. So that is the most place you want to go. As I think an Unpause has come in, we've got players back in Hazard. I think he sorted himself out. But the Jam Gaming will have to. There we go. The Unpause is there. They will have to Tech 9 this round, which will give Alternate a pretty good run into it. There's an AWP with Drash, which is interesting because he's probably been Midnight Funk has it. So Drash, he's been doing a lot better on the CT side. Let's just jump with him and see where he is, or if I can get into the game. He's jumping in that con section, so he's going to spot one. Oh, and he's just missed it, and he can't get the second. Here comes Jane Gaming. They're actually pushing through the con, so this is going to be a quick push. Midnight Funk knows he's coming around. Bang! Oh, double shot from Drash. Picks up the third. Oh, clutch out, mate. Come on. Chias will pick up Grey Goose. Insanity to Mikal. He actually has to try and get one more. Maybe get the quaddie. He'll push it and get taken out. Oh, there could have been a round. That could have been a round there. for Drash to actually dominate and take a 5 down. Big shout out to him. But what he did is he lined up that shot, and we might have to get a demo out and actually get the line of that, because he absolutely dominated that. That was some amazing work by him. He's still with the AWP and the Tech 9 in hand, as we see a train. Well, I would say a train. It was a train, but it's just held up at the moment. AKs and Hazard, once again, he's actually large with his pistols, but he is not the first one to go in. Grey-Goose with a smoke. Looks like a counter flash. There it is. So they went to go smoke. The Molotov's been set. Oh, there's 2 Molotovs. What a pincer maneuver here from the boys of Alternate, and they're causing absolutely pressure on Jam Gaming. They've been called out. Wow, if you want a Molotov or an incendiary strat, I've just got caught up in that. That is the one you want to do. Catch them right out. Oh my goodness. So I'll just show you what they did. Jam Gaming moved into here as a group. They counter flashed out here, right? As soon as he counter flashed, this guy put a molly right here. I have to do it in the. I'll just clear that off. Did a molly here, right? And the other guy put a molly through here, and all of them were stuck in there trying to get out. And you saw so many deaths from that. Jam Gaming. Well, you don't commit 5. You ain't going to push in and take an early frag. You need to work around here and get into the bomb site. As we see Tyres doing a bit of an aggression push onto the short section. He'll be pushing back right now. Midnight Funk's already down for Jam Gaming. Haz will go down as well. Momentum's lost as Mikkel gets on to William. Hits frag after frag. Grey-Goose and Insanity need to work together as a team to actually get anything going. He's stuck with his pistol. In fact, you know what? They're anti-eco, so I should have called that first. Insanity onto Tyres. Grey-Goose. There you go. There's a couple frags. Can they pick up the guns? AWP with the Insanity. Well, that's an interesting. Was he? Yep, he's going to flick it over to Grey-Goose and boost up into that anal section. So he's going to have a bit of a look. He might get noticed out short section. He turns around. Bang, bang. Headshot from the AK of the Andy. He'll go down, and Zest will finish off Insanity as he dropped his gun. So another round. Jam Gaming down. There is no love for these boys. Hashtag spread the jam. It's not there right now. They're losing out the rounds. You can clearly see the consecutive CT hold, stronghold coming from the boys of Alternate, which I wouldn't pick, especially after the start of the T side and then just lost that. They're doing exactly what Jam Gaming will do. Exactly what they're doing. Anyways, roll out with the boys. Round 27 action. We're actually heading into the end game. And this is the most pivotal point because it's so close. Tyus will pick up the HE onto Insanity. And I might flick around and just catch that view as Zest picks up the mid and that bomb is dropped. Haz and William have to work bad. Midnight Funk's actually caught out in the wrong place. And that is interesting if anything. William just going to go back. I don't think they realise where the bomb is. But Zest is right in that tight point. He's going to put a high up flash, and that was quite a good lingering one because William was coming around the corner from frag. So going to hold him back with 55 seconds left on the clock. Tyus is actually pushing. Oh, caught out with his absolutely asleep there. The 2 frags from Jam Gaming secures themselves into a stronghold. RWP, oh, Drash is in the wrong place at the wrong time. He'll get fragged. Bomb will go down, but the actually interesting player right now is Mikkel and where he's sitting. And I'm not going to even go to him. He'll get fragged, and another one from Hazza will pick up the other one. So Jam Gaming, well, it's a matter of time before they're going to pick up that round and get themselves to the drawing. But this is really close and probably should have been finished a couple rounds ago. But I would say the dropout of Hazza has probably dented their momentum. I really think it's really dented as of the moment. So they need to secure this round. Looks like that bomb is sitting into that B section. I might head underneath as Insanity will. Williams is holding that mid section out. And Hazard and Midnight Funk just holding A. Mikkel's the last one left. So they do have a predominant stack. Probably looking over the midpoint of the... excuse my drawing. Really crap with my mouse. Insanity just dropping the bomb. Gagros. Tyus is probably going to be the aggressive one. Williams still, he's watching this section and there's nothing really aggressive off him as one of the CT players goes down. Zest will also go down for his team and Hazard would be dropped as he did get a frag in the A bomb site. Midnight Funk last one in Palace. I don't know what he's doing, but they're going to work up it and bang! Drash goes one. He's been spotted out. Grey-Goose still there. He's just heading around on the stair corner. He puts out a molly smart. Grey-Goose will get wounded or we get a little bit of fire on the chance. Oh, HG, he's bringing it down to 6 HP. I actually think that was friendly fire. I don't think that was meant to happen like that. I'll have to see what happened. But the Mikel has pushed back to spawn, and Tyus is sitting back there. But what I see here is a really cautious Grey Goose. He's 6 HP. He cannot afford to be vulnerable. Tyus is sitting there, and this is going to be open, so he'll get fragged out. And actually, he will get fragged out, but the bomb will go down. So the last one left, as the Insanity picks it up, and he's got one left. Mikel's on the bomb, or he's not on the bomb. He's sitting around the box, and there's the frag from Insanity. And there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Secure round. The boys will stick around. A big shout outs to everyone in there. Insanity topping the leaderboard for the T side, and that will head out as the GGs go. 16-12. Holy mollies, that was a game and a half. And yeah, wow. That was really good. So at the end of the day, we saw Jam Gaming taking the victory. Convincing at the start. It wasn't really. Alternate really showed what they did very early on. So anti-eco rounds, they did quite well. But in terms of strats on the T side, alternate, they have a lot of work they need to do. A lot. And when I say a lot, I mean a lot. They really only ever did one smoke strat working there. The B strats were sort of vulnerable. They didn't really work it. However, on the flip side, the CT, the most smartest thing I've seen was that Molotov setup. They put one on the back, one on the front. Jam Game is stuck between the middle, running with loose heads, like chickens with loose heads. They just could not get out of that, and they lost their lives to a couple fire, and they easily got cleared out of the round. So alternate strong CT side half. Jam Gaming. Probably the best thing they did was work into that B-bomb site split picking twice, and they moved in very quickly and very caught alternate off quite a bit, which was the hard thing. Anyways, let's stop talking about it. I'm gonna have to have a quick pick on my MVP, and I'll just jump onto the game page for the players on there. And well, look, Jam Gaming Hazard for me was really good with his pistol shots. But overbuying and when a team is buying up guns and you have a pistol, that could almost cost you a game as well. So it's not smart play by Hazard, but each to its own. He's good with his deagles and good with his pistols. He did well. He's not my player. He was my second player. What I'm going to have to give a shout out to is Insanity. He's my MVP for this match, and it was very strong play by him. He actually topped out. And very crucial, finished off the end of that round to secure his team the win. So tonight, guys, this has been Byza with all your commentary action, solo casting, and it's the first and only one I've ever done. Well, I've done it before a long time ago, but I'm back with the vengeance. Tonight's victors, Jam Gaming, 16-14. Or 16-12. Apologies. To alternate. Going down to Jam Gaming, your MVP for tonight was Insanity. Well done. This has been Byza from Gamestah TV. Good night.